Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to install grips on a new 2025 Softail or the newer Touring Harley Davidsons. As you can see on my 2025 Lowrider ST, these are the standard grips. They're a hard rubber waffle design grip that I didn't feel quite fits with the aesthetics of the bike, and also the diameter of the grips were a little bit small for my hand and felt to be a little bit uncomfortable for me. You can see here as I ride the bike, there's a lot of vibration in the handlebars that hard rubber doesn't absorb very well. Also, because of the diameter, I found myself needing to adjust my hand position quite a bit, and it was strenuous to always maintain that grip on a smaller diameter grip. So I purchased the Avon grips that I've used on prior Harleys. They're a little bit larger diameter, and they have a very nice air cushion rubbered grip texture to them. So they decrease vibration, and because of the diameter of the grip, they take a little less effort to hold in position. Again, they're very nicely made, anodized aluminum and permanently mounted rubber air grips. So starting here on the left side, first you need to remove the rubber boot from the wire module and then press a tab to remove the wire underneath the clutch control. You then remove the clutch control screws. Be careful, these will fall out, so hang on to them. And once you've unscrewed the last one, be careful that you grab the clutch module because that will fall off. That will now give you access to the screws on the back of the left control module. This is a T20 Torx bit. These are captured screws, so you don't need to worry about them, but you do need to worry about the cover. So be careful once you've unscrewed it, as the cover will come off. Now you can see here the top and the bottom captured screws, but there's also a middle screw that I'm pointing to here, and that screw serves to just index into the handlebar. You'll note that in the handlebar there is a hole into which that screw just indexes so that the left control module doesn't rotate too much or fall off. After you've done that, you can disconnect the tab of the wire bundle and pull it out. Once you do that, the whole left control module will slide out. Be careful, it slides quite freely and you don't want to drop that control module. It's quite delicate. Once you've done that, the grip will come right out. You're now ready to install the new grip. It fits into the module. There is a tab, so it only fits one way, and that tab prevents it from rotating. You'll see the tab fits perfectly into the grip. You can now slide the entire assembly back onto the handlebar. Once you've slid that back onto the handlebar, you can attach the wire bundle, and that'll prevent it from sliding back off the handlebar. After you've done that, you can reattach the rear cover. Now, it's a little bit difficult to reattach the rear cover with that indexing screw. And it can be a little frustrating. So instead, what I did, although the manual does not tell you to do this, is I decided to instead take out that indexing screw. And then once you've taken that out, you can just attach the cover and then rotate the whole left control module until you see the hole in the screw hole. And then you can reattach that indexing screw. That saves a lot of frustration. You then screw in the rear screws. Those are torqued down to only 27 to 31 inch-pounds, a very narrow range, and you don't want to strip out those screws. They're pretty delicate. You can then reattach the clutch module and the clutch screw clamps. Be careful not to pinch the wire. Once you've done that, the screw clamps are torqued down to 60 to 80 inch-pounds. The wire bundle is then snapped back in, and the rubber boot pressed firmly to prevent water damage. Now, moving to the right side, what I did here is I applied some tape and made a mark so that I know the angle to reattach the grip. Once I've done that, you can detach the brake module clamp screws. Be careful again, these screws will fall out, and the brake module will also fall out from the rear. So make sure you have good control over both. Now I find it easier to take off the brake module first and then detach the brake module wire bundle and the rubber boot. Because of the bend in the wire, it's hard to take off otherwise. Once you've done that, you can drape the control module over the handlebar, of course protect it. This now gives you access to the rear of the right control module screws. This is again the T20 Torx, and these are captured. Be careful, the rear cover will just fall off. You will then need to tab release two wire bundles, one white one at the top and one black one near the bottom. Once you've released both of these, that'll give you access to a hinge which will swing out and down. That hinge will allow you now to slide off the module and the grip. You can then now attach your new grip. I do like to spray some dry film lubricant into the new grip to allow it to turn easily on the handlebar. You fit it in carefully into the electronics of the module. You'll see how it fits in. There is a tab, and when you swing up that hinge, there is a tab that fits into the handlebar. Once you've done that, you can now reattach the two wire bundles. Make sure they click in securely. The bottom black one and the top white one. After that, you can now reattach the rear cover. Be careful not to pinch any wires. Now again, remember, these are only torqued in to 27 to 31 inch-pounds. Very tight and low number, so be careful not to strip the screws. Once you've done that, you can now reattach the brake module and screw in the screws for that clamp, and that's 60 to 80 inch-pounds. Once you've done that, you can then reattach the wire bundle and push in the rubber boot. Now here's the result. I think aesthetically this looks much better, and also the diameter of the grip is much more comfortable. I don't have large hands, just medium-sized gloves, but it's certainly less strenuous to hold on to the grip and use the throttle with these Avon grips. So there you go. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks so much for watching. You all have a great day.